Hey there, Arbor Church. My name's Mike. I am the ministry leader for Celebrate Recovery at Arbor. And I just wanted to share something with you today that I learned many years ago and has been very helpful for me on my daily walk. You know, right now we are in the Passover season, and part of the Passover celebration is the Seder, or the Passover supper. And that includes certain foods and then certain readings. And it all commemorates when God brought the children of Israel out of Egypt and into the Promised Land. So there was a section of that impacted me greatly a few years ago, 15 years ago. And I just want to share some of that with you today. If God had brought us forth from Egypt and had not inflicted judgment upon the Egyptians, it would have been sufficient. If he had inflicted justice on them and had not executed judgment upon their gods, it would have been sufficient. If he had executed judgment upon their gods and had not slain their firstborn, it would have been sufficient. I'm going to skip to the end for brevity's sake. If he had brought us near to Mount Sinai and had not given us the law, it would have been sufficient. If he had given us the law and had not led us into the land of Israel, it would have been sufficient. If he had led us into the land of Israel and had not built the temple, it would have been sufficient. How much more are we indebted for the manifold bounties which the Omnipresent hath bestowed upon us? What struck me about this was not just the gratitude that it showed, but it seems to drive home the point that every good thing that God has done is significant and is worth mentioning. This has served me well in my Christian walk. I can look back on the different stages of my life and see where God has forgiven me or strengthened me or encouraged me or taught me. And each time I can look back and I can think, Lord, if you did nothing else after that, that would have been enough for me to call you worthy. And so that's where I want to leave you today. I want to encourage you to exercise gratitude, where you can get to a place where you can look back on your life and inventory the good things that God has done for you, and get to a place and say, Lord, if you do nothing else for me, it is enough for me to serve you, worship you, and give you honor. So I hope that was helpful. Have a great day, Arbor, and thank you for letting me share.